The highway is completely jammed. Everyone is cold and starving. But not me. I'm on the shoulder of the road, cooking tomato and egg noodles. I throw in a piece of aged ham from 86, and right before it's done, a few drops of stone ground sesame oil. Just like that, a steaming, fragrant bowl of tomato and egg noodles is born. Right here on the highway. Oh man, the smell is absolutely insane. A bowl like this on a freezing day? Unreal. I cradle it in both hands and climb back into the van, ready to dig in, when someone knocks on my window. What's up? I noticed you haven't packed up your cooking gear yet. I'll pack up when I'm done. Eating. No, you got me wrong. What I'm trying to ask is, if it's not too much trouble, could you make me a bowl of what you just made? I'll pay. Money walking straight to me. Why would I say no? Sure, let me finish eating first. But let's settle on a price. 20 yuan, that work? I've already done the math in my head. One bowl costs 3 yuan tops. Selling it for 20 is solid profit. The man blinks. You move fast. Deal. 20 right here. My car is just behind yours. First black one. Plate ends in 66. Go wait in your car. I'll bring it over when it's ready. The words barely leave my mouth when something slams into my mind. My vision flickers. The back of the van seems to stretch open into a space that shouldn't exist. No visible end, yet everything is perfectly arranged. Pots, pans, ladles, seasonings, every kind of ingredient, all sorted and in place. And in the corner, a stack of yellowed recipe scrolls, like they've been waiting for me all along. I stand frozen for 2 seconds. Then it hits me. I've just unlocked my pocket space. I used to work as a chef at a small restaurant in the city, but the owner ran the place into the ground. No money left to pay us. In the end, I got paid in stuff. A cargo van, a pile of cookware and kitchen tools, a gas stove, and even the groceries I'd bought that very morning. I had no choice but to load it all up and head back to my hometown. But I never even make it home. I get stuck on the highway, and then this happens. I was already in a bad mood. And now, on top of everything, this shows up. It's not huge, more like a compact storage room built specifically for restaurant supplies. Put something in, it sorts itself clean and neat. Easy to grab anything I need. Right now, for me, this thing is a lifesaver. The guy outside is still waiting for his noodles. No time to think, money first. I wolf down my own bowl in a few bites. Then I toss a bag of tomatoes and a bag of greens into the pocket space. When I pull them back out, every bit of dirt and grime is gone. Saves me a ton of work. This place is something else. I fire up the stove again and get the pot going. I run through the same steps. The second bowl is ready fast. I wipe the sweat from my forehead, walk it over to the black car. The man takes it, thanks me, and digs straight in. People in the nearby cars are watching. First they stare. Then the realization hits. I wasn't making that second bowl for myself. I was selling it. Hands drift to stomachs without thinking. In weather like this, hot food on the highway, people will pay. The first guy is eating with a look of pure satisfaction. First bite in, and he knows his 20 yuan was well spent. He keeps going. 2 eggs buried inside. He bites one open. Yolk still soft. Honestly, fair price. He's really getting into it when someone knocks on his window. He has no choice but to roll it down. What? Hey, quick question. Did you get that from the guy up front? I want some too. Just checking. How much? 20 yuan. I'd rather just wait and get a rice bowl in town. Don't just look at the price. It's freezing out there, and someone's cooking fresh noodles for you right now. You think the labor is free? But the guy's already checked out. He waves it off and walks away. A few more people come by to ask the price. Most scatter the moment they hear it. The first buyer is a straight shooter. He digs a piece of paper out of his car and scrawls a few lines. Noodles, 20 yuan. Serious buyers only. Done writing. He slaps it on the window, leans back, and closes his eyes. Anyone who knocks after that, he ignores. On my end, a few more customers trickle in after the first bowl. 20 yuan isn't cheap, but I'm not cutting corners either. Every bowl gets a full 2 eggs. By the 4th bowl, things go quiet. I'm out there pacing, and when nobody else shows up, I climb back in the van. Let me do the math. 4 bowls of noodles, 80 yuan total, but at this rate, making serious money isn't realistic. And I've already burned an hour. If I let this drag on, I'm gonna miss the whole window. The worst part isn't slow sales. It's that I have a stove, ingredients, even a pocket space, and I'm still watching money slip right past me. That's when, in the car behind me, the driver turns around and looks at the man in the back seat, brow furrowed, and quietly asks, Director Lee, you doing okay? I'm fine. Old problem. There's someone up there making noodles. Let me grab you a bowl. Director Lee has this thing, skip a meal and his stomach starts acting up. And of course they had just finished a night shoot. Now they're rushing back, and all they have in the car is instant noodles. I'm not eating that. Maybe there's something else. Let me go check. You're clearly not feeling well. Just try it. The driver's already out the door before Director Lee can stop him. He's jogging away. I've barely settled back into my van when my window gets knocked again. I jump. I roll it down fast. Mind if I hop in for a sec? I look at this stranger bundled up like a burrito. No idea what he wants, but I nod anyway. He squeezes into the passenger seat, rubbing his hands together and breathing into them. Man, it's freezing. I saw you making noodles for someone just now. I already know where this is going. Want a bowl or two? Actually, no, I'm not here for noodles. I want to ask, do you have anything else besides noodles? Honestly, my boss won't touch instant noodles. So what does he want to eat? Is there any way you could do rice and stir fry? That stops me. I do have plenty of ingredients in the van. Chicken, duck, fish, pork, all kinds of vegetables. But cooking stir fry with rice on the side of a highway isn't simple. The biggest headache is the rice. I do have a rice cooker, and back at the restaurant I'd rigged up a backup battery in the van just to keep food warm. But cooking rice from scratch takes too long. I think for a second, and then it clicks. A regular rice cooker is slow, but a pressure cooker is fast. And I have a gas-powered pressure cooker right in the van. That cuts the time way down. While the rice pressurizes, I can run the stir fry on the other burner. By the time the pressure releases, the dishes will be just about done too. I can do it, but how many portions? Too few, and it's not worth the setup. I almost say I can just sell to others while I cook, but I hold that back. Wait, you're actually selling food out here? How much per portion? I'll take 6. Tell me what you want first. I've got a lot to work with. You name it, and I'll see what I can do. Crispy pork and sauce, 3 treasure stir fry, spicy pepper with dried tofu. Can you make those? I run the numbers fast in my head. None of these are expensive to make. Eggplant, potato, dried tofu, standard winter staples. Here's the deal. 30 yuan per portion. Work for you? He's scared I'll back out. He shoves 100 yuan into my hand on the spot as a deposit. Deal. I start now. The moment a real order lands, I come alive, not even cold anymore. Now this feels like actual business. I grab the pressure cooker and start rinsing rice. Enough for about 10 people. Once the pressure cooker builds up steam, I turn to prep the ingredients. Normally in weather like this, washing vegetables and meat with no hot water would be brutal. Not anymore. I drop everything into the pocket space and pull it back out spotless. Fast, easy, no freezing my hands. I take things out one by one, chop what needs chopping, slice what needs slicing. My hands find their rhythm. Meanwhile, the driver has gone back and filled Director Lee in. Just hang tight, we're stuck in traffic anyway. Maybe the road opens up soon. Can we even finish 6 portions? You should have just ordered 3 dishes. I said 6 to anchor the price low. If I'd said 3 dishes, what if he quotes a few hundred? Nobody out here would dare rip me off like that, and if they tried, I'd make them pay double. They're whispering in the car. Meanwhile, the people nearby who'd been on the fence about buying, too hungry to wait, too cheap to commit, see me taking another full order. Their stomachs growl harder. Finally, someone shoves the door open and walks over to me. Spicy pepper with dried tofu, 3 treasure stir fry, crispy pork and sauce, 30 yuan a set. That's right, I'll take one. Here's the money up front. No need to pay now, come pick it up when it's ready. The pressure cooker is a big one. Cooking rice for 10 people is nothing. 20 minutes later, I lift the pressure cooker off the flame, and it's time to cook the dishes. I loaded up a whole van of equipment and groceries, headed home, and halfway there, I hit a traffic jam that completely locks the highway. At first, everyone figures it'll clear soon, but the longer it goes, the colder it bites. Stomachs empty, tempers start rising inside and outside every car, but I've already got my setup going on the shoulder. Noodles boiling, dishes frying, hands never stopping. Steam carries the smell and the wind takes it far. People who were trying to hold out slowly can't anymore. I know exactly what I'm doing. This traffic jam is a business opportunity handed straight to me. I have a stove, pots, fresh ingredients, and the pocket space stocked with even more. Add in my skills, and if I play this right, today's trip won't be a waste. And it just so happens that stuck in this same traffic jam is a well-known film director. Skip a meal, and his blood sugar crashes. His driver comes rushing over and orders 3 portions without hesitation. Rattles off the dishes without missing a beat. Spicy pepper with dried tofu, 3 treasure stir fry, crispy pork and sauce. I slide the pressure cooker on for the rice at the same time. 30 yuan a portion, paid without question. So I get to work. Hot wok, ingredients in, toss sauce, and in no time all the dishes are done. The drivers watching nearby catch the smell, and their eyes go blank with hunger. These are Northeastern folks. They don't beat around the bush. Starving like this, there's no point pretending. One by one, people start climbing out of their cars and making their way toward me. Hey, you selling food here? How much? Get me a portion too. Sure, just sold 3, still have a few left. I'll take one. 2 for me, there's 2 of us. Any left? 1 more here, grab me one too. Just like that, 4 more sold. Add in the first 3 and that's 7 box meals out the door. Right then, Director Lee's driver and the earlier customer both walk over. While packing, I tuck a braised poached egg into every box, snap the lid shut, and hand them over. 2 portions all packed up for you. The other 4 come to 120. You already gave me 100. I've got change in my pocket, just take it yourself. My hands are covered in grease. Don't want to dirty the money, so I let him dig it out himself. Just keep the rest. Fine by me. Look, 30 yuan a portion isn't exactly cheap, so I threw in an extra item for you. Don't tell me you didn't notice the chicken leg. Of course I noticed. Thanks, man. Done talking, I go back to packing the other orders. Same deal for everyone. A braised poached egg in every box. People are a lot less hesitant handing over money now, and the more I pack, the better I feel. By the last box, there's only one thought in my head. This is locked in. The noodles earlier were 4 bowls, 80 yuan. The 7 box meals just now, 210. And this is just a pop-up setup on the side of a highway. Compared to clocking in at someone else's restaurant, this money feels so much more real. But more than the money, the pocket space is no joke. Whether it's the recipe scrolls or the prepped ingredients, combined with my skills, it all converts straight into cash. I finish packing the last customer's 2 boxes, look up, and realize I still have hot food left over. Food I'd set aside for myself. But I think about it for a second, and box it up anyway. I carry it over to the black sedan. The owner is a tall man. When I knock on his window, he looks a little dazed, then rolls it down. Here, try this one. If you hadn't been the first to buy today, this whole setup never would have taken off. Honestly, I owe you one. If he hadn't made the first move, the others wouldn't have come over nearly as fast. The money I earned is mine, sure, but someone still had to take that first step. On the other side of things, Director Lee's driver jogs back to the car with 2 boxes and slides one in front of the director. The moment the lid pops open, the smell hits first. Then he sees it. Generous portions, packed solid. Director Lee, this guy's decent. In a situation like this, not trying to jack up the price, that's already saying something. I paid 30, and he still threw an extra. Director Lee gives a quiet nod but says nothing else. It's not that he has nothing to say, it's that the box in his hands has his full attention. Who would have thought you could eat this well on a jammed highway? The dried tofu is soft but holds together. The three treasures stir-fry is fried through, golden, fragrant. The crispy pork, crunchy outside, tender inside, sauce coating every piece. Director Lee, how does it taste? Good. How old do you think this guy is? Can't be more than early 20s. Way younger than me anyway. Young face, but that skill doesn't look like something you learn in school. More like something passed down at home. When you're done, leave him your card. Boss, you always know what you're doing. He's genuine, and his food's exactly my kind of taste. Done. I'll go as soon as I finish. The driver speeds up immediately. One box of food later, there's only one thought left, only one feeling. This is what home-cooked food is supposed to taste like. The moment he's done, he's out the door and over to me. I take the business card. We exchange numbers with the driver too. When an opportunity walks right up to you, you don't turn it away. Card tucked away safely, I start breaking down the setup. Stove, pots, bowls, and all the little odds and ends, loading it into the van piece by piece. I've barely started when traffic finally begins to inch forward. By then, it's nearly dark. I drive all the way back to the village. I pull up to my family's gate and honk twice. Inside, Fern is sitting with Mom, rubbing her feet. The moment she hears it, her ears perk right up. Dad, Mom, there's a car honking outside. You're hearing things, probably next door. Since when do we get cars at our gate? Why not? Auntie's family has one. Okay, drop it. Fern knows perfectly well that her aunt's family looks down on them. There's no way they'd show up out of nowhere this late. She just said it without thinking. I bet Bai's almost at the village. I'll go meet him. Fern runs out, right on cue. Another honk. She rushes to open the gate. The moment it swings open, I spot her. Fern, come open up. How'd you get back so late and whose car is this? Get in first, I'll explain. She doesn't hesitate. Climbs straight into the passenger seat. Wow, this is so comfortable, and it's so warm in here. This is nothing. Once I make some real money, I'll get a nicer one and take you out properly. Yes. Mom peeks out. Fern, why'd you open the gate? Something happened. I'll go check. Dad puts down the rolling pin and follows Mom outside. I pull the van into the yard and cut the engine. Son, this is your car? Where'd you get it? I'll explain inside. Dad frowns but lets it go. Anything to unload? I throw open the back doors. I start hauling things out. Pots, stove equipment, leftover groceries, kitchen tools. Every last piece needs to come out. Mom is certain now. Her son is home. The smile doesn't leave her face. She brings out a basin of hot water first. Come on, wash your face. Sure, Mom. Once everyone settles in, I lay it all out. The restaurant going under, the boss using the van as payment, the impromptu food stall during the traffic jam, the pocket space, not a word. So the van was payment from your boss. Such a shame. A good restaurant just gone like that. The whole family talks while they keep folding dumplings. I haven't had Mom's sauerkraut dumplings in so long. When the plate hits the table, I can't put my chopsticks down, just grabbing and eating. Later, Dad and I crack open a little bottle. Dumplings and liquor. The more you drink, the better it gets. Next morning, bright and early, I take the whole family to the Nanzhuang market. The back seats were already pulled out. Mom brings two small stools to sit on in the back, and Fern climbs on too. Dad opens the main gate so I can back out, then locks up behind us. Our village is poor. So the moment the van rolls out, neighbors on both sides come gathering round. How much money someone made this year, that's not always easy to read, but a car parked at your gate says it all. Even if it's second-hand, driving to the market in this cold is enough to make people jealous. What's so great about a used car? Dad, once I graduate and start earning, I'll buy you a proper sedan. That comes out of nowhere, from someone about my age, our next-door neighbor Yang. What are you running your mouth about? Your mom's calling you to eat. Mr. Zhang shoots his son a look, shoos him back inside, then turns to Dad with an apologetic smile. Don't mind him, no offense meant. Where are you all headed? Nanzhuang market, Mr. Zhang. New Year's coming up. I smile and add that in. Dad doesn't bother with Yang at all, and Dad keeps it short, just a wave telling me to get going. Once we're rolling, Fern is in the back muttering to herself. Yang is so annoying. Big deal, he got into college. What's there to be proud of? Everyone knows it's just a second-tier school. Fern, getting into college is still something. Make Mom, Dad, and me proud someday. I'm saying it while keeping my eyes on the road. Fern goes quiet all of a sudden. After a moment, she speaks up, voice small. Bae, I don't want to go to college. I'll just get a job after high school. What? Drop out of school? But why? You're top of your class every single exam. Why would you quit? Her head drops lower, voice getting quieter. It's clearly about money. I grip the wheel, and my stomach drops. Back when I was working outside, broke with nothing to fall back on, anything I said felt empty. But now it's different. I've got equipment in the van, recipe scrolls and skills in the pocket space, and as long as I put in the work, the money will come. You're worried about the cost, aren't you? Don't stress over it. I've got a craft. Once I get the braised pork recipe dialed in and set up at the market, the smell alone will pull in the whole crowd. Money is not your problem to worry about. The restaurant boss had vanished with the cash. Everything that could be carried out of that place was already gone. Someone even walked off with the big serving tubs, even the tiles off the walls, pried off one by one. By the time I got back with the groceries, the whole place was gutted, barely better than an empty shell. No stock, nothing. I had no choice but to drive the van the boss had given me back to the village. Then I hit the jam. I'm already fuming when out of nowhere the back of the van opens up, like a miniature storage room built just for food and kitchen gear. Ingredients, spices, pots and pans, all sorted neatly. In the corner, a few worn recipe scrolls along with some practice materials. And that's how it started. That's when I got the pocket space. I ended up using it to sell boxed meals during that traffic jam, and slowly built up some savings. Now that I'm back home, I want to take everyone to the market, stock up on New Year's supplies while we're at it. When we arrive at Nanzhuang Market and all climb out, my mind keeps circling back to one thing, the braised pork recipe scroll in the pocket space. A few ingredients are still missing. Maybe I'll find them today. Get everything together, and the recipe is ready to test. Just thinking about it lifts my mood. Bye. What are you smiling about? Good things. Dad, Mom, go grab what you need. I'm going to hunt for my braised pork ingredients. If you finish first, just wait at the van. If you run short on cash, come find me. Once I'm actually in the market, I realize this is harder than it sounds. The recipe calls for 15 spices. Quite a few. Some are easy to find, right there on the stalls. Others are a real hunt. I'm running the list from memory, the formula recorded in the pocket space, going stall by stall asking around. Mid-search, an old man wanders over. He looks me over. Kid, buying this much spice at once making braised pork? That's right, that much. Not for personal use. You're planning to sell it? Yes, going to give it a shot. The old man nods, eyes drifting to what I'm holding. Thing is, looks like you're still missing one. I take the opening. What am I missing? He reaches behind the stall and pulls something out, holds it out. Seen this before? Add a little when you're slow cooking meat, gives it a real kick. I look down and my gut tightens immediately. I've been through every recipe scroll in the pocket space multiple times. I know what's safe to use and what's off limits. This one is off limits. I look at him straight. Honestly, when slow cooking, this acts like an additive, but the dose matters. Too much and it's toxic. Even in small amounts over time, it can cause cancer. The old man blinks. You know your stuff, kid. I don't say anything more. I just gather up my spices. The recipe is a moneymaker, yes, but some things you don't touch no matter what. I earn what I earn the right way. No shady shortcuts. I'm still in that train of thought when Mom's voice cuts through. What are you doing standing there with your head down? Take this stuff to the van first. I'll go get your mom. I snap back to reality and head to the van. Running through my mental checklist, I realize I forgot ginger, green onion, and garlic. The most basic things. I was running around so much my brain went blank. I rush back to the market. Fern has been by my side the whole time, helping carry things. Just about got everything. Fern, stay close. We're heading out. Bye. Is there anything else we're missing? Pretty much done. Just 2 more things. We're heading out when Fern suddenly grabs my sleeve. Bye. Watch out, don't snag your jacket. I follow her eyes. A branch sticking out beside a parked tricycle. I glance at it, then instantly call out. Hold on, wait a second. Dad turns around. What now? You want that beat up branch? Fern jumps in right away. It must be useful. It snagged Bai's jacket. We can't just leave it. But what I'm actually looking at has nothing to do with the branch. It's the wooden crate sitting next to it. A faint medicinal smell drifts from inside. A smell I've encountered in the pocket space. Some old wooden crates used to store medicinal herbs. Even after the contents are long gone, the wood holds the scent. This trip was supposed to just be about buying New Year's supplies. But one thing after another, I keep stumbling onto useful stuff. I can't help but grin. This isn't bad luck at all. It's luck walking straight to me. On the way home, the van sways gently. Dad casually asks, "You were hunting for those braised pork spices? How'd it go?" "Pretty much got them. Just feel like I'm still missing one last thing." "Missing what? What did you even buy this whole time?" "Sichuan pepper, star anise, cassia bark, dozens of things, really." Fern's eyes go wide. "That many? I've never even heard of half of them." Mom chimes in from the seat beside her. "The way I see it, nothing's right without fermented soybean paste. Without it, nothing has any flavor." The moment she says it, something clicks in my head. Of course, fermented soybean paste. How did I forget that? Mom nods along. "That's the taste." I jump in right away. "You're right. I'll try it as soon as we get home." Back at the house, everyone carries in what we bought. Once things are settled, I move the van back to where I parked it yesterday. The moment I step out, I spot Fern tossing the wooden crate onto the firewood pile. I rush over and yank it back down. "You can't burn this. Why are you messing with that thing? You think Bai picks up every piece of junk he sees? This can be used as a medicinal ingredient and as a spice. I need it." "Oh, that makes sense. I always knew Bai knows what he's doing." I laugh it off and don't go into detail. The recipe scroll in the pocket space is clear. Some ingredients have to be found over time. When you find them, hold on to them. They'll be useful eventually. That's when Mom notices a tear in my jacket sleeve. She pulls me over right away. "Come here, take it off, I'll sew it up." I smile. "Mom, once the braised pork brings in money, I'm getting you all new clothes." Fern is right there in a flash. "Me too. You're included. Now come help me first." While sorting the spices, something comes to mind. "Do we still have that little scale at home?" Fern blinks. "You mean the brass scale? The one Grandpa left?" "That's the one." "Fern, remember this. The ratios for these spices can't be changed casually. Even a tiny difference and the whole flavor shifts." I'm not making this up. The spice recipe scroll in the pocket space, the ratios are set in stone. One measure too many, one too few. Both will ruin it. Fern listens carefully, nodding again and again. Then someone calls from inside. "Come eat." Everyone sits down to dinner first. Then the real work begins. Dad and Mom break down the portioned pork, sear the skin over the flame. I take the small brass scale and measure each spice one by one. Some bought fresh today at the market, some already at home, a few pulled from the wooden crate and confirmed usable. Once everything is measured out, I rinse it all quickly, then soak it in baijiu. Next step, simmer the braising spice blend. The fire in the stove burns slow and steady. The room is warm. The other 3 sit on the heated bed talking, but my eyes keep drifting back to the pot. That recipe scroll. Will it actually work? Tonight will tell. Some time passes, then the chatter in the room stops. From the direction of the stove, a deep, rich aroma begins to fill the air. I'd barely made it back to the village and already lost my job. The whole way home, stuck in traffic halfway there, and that's when the pocket space showed up out of nowhere. It's not huge, but it stores ingredients, keeps things organized, and in the corner sit a few yellowed sheets of paper, all recipes for meat and cooking. I've been studying them every day, especially the braised pork recipe. The more I look at it, the more I believe it can work. Pull it off before New Year's, and I might actually make some real money. But I'm nearly broke, wallet nearly empty, no one to lean on. I have to do this myself. Last night we sat down and ran the numbers. Raw pork costs 12 yuan per half kilogram, but you can't sell it at cost. Pork shrinks when it cooks, usually down to 70 or 80%. Once you work it out, the real cost comes out to around 17 or 18 yuan per half kilogram. If you price it too low, all that work leaves almost nothing. My plan? Take advantage of the New Year crowd, keep margins slim and make it up in volume. Pork knuckle, separate price. Pig's feet, separate price. Pork belly, separate price. You're just making that up. Our family hasn't had a chef in 8 generations. Where's the secret family recipe supposed to come from? Dad, just let me say it. If I don't call it out, who's going to buy? Today's crowd isn't big. Good time to test it out. I've lived my whole life and this is my first time in a market stall. What kind of show are you running? Dad, the food being good is one thing. You still have to pull people in first. So how much are you selling this braised pork for? 28 yuan per half kilogram. Look at this meat. Proper pork belly. The flavor won't let you down. A bit cheaper? Give me 2 portions. Can't go lower. New Year's coming. Pork prices go up every day. I'm still talking as my hands keep moving. I bring the knife down, slices falling one after another, cross-sections glossy with fat, color deep and rich. This recipe, I tested it last night. The flavor holds. Bringing it to the market today, I feel even more solid than I did yesterday. Here you go. Your 2 portions of braised pork. Not bad, kid. Clean knife work. Braised pork right here. Nothing's easy out here these days. Everyone tries to bargain. And if you don't let them, they feel cheated. Try it before you buy it. Not good, no charge. Stone is belting it out from right beside me. I stay behind the board and keep cutting. If today goes well, I'll head to Lee Village and haul back a whole pig. The recipe scroll works, so even this small amount of cash I have now can start to snowball. 2 portions left, and the crowd has thinned out. What are you still standing here for? Dad asks, rubbing his hands together. Just a little longer. Go warm up in the van. Let me see if I can move a few more. Come on, let's head back. We don't need to sell every last piece. We already moved several dozen kilograms today. I know, but after this, let's swing by Lee Village and pick up a whole pig. We make more, set up the stalls sooner. I almost say, let's clear out everything we have today before we go, but I stop myself. It's not about hitting some target. I just don't want to miss this moment. You're still open? Perfect. Let me get some more braised pork. Absolutely. Still have plenty. How much do you want? 1 portion. Coming right up. I pack it fast and hand it over. It's busy, sure, but watching the pork on the board disappear piece by piece, I feel steadier with every sale. This is cold hard cash, clear profit. Alright, let's wrap it up. I'm just about to start breaking down the stall when things explode at the far end of the market. Move, Song, have you lost it? That pig was sent here by your own wife. What's old Zhang got to do with it? I look up. Song is gripping a cleaver, eyes bloodshot, charging forward. The crowd around is all talking at once and I piece it together. His wife had sent their pig to be slaughtered without telling him. Song found out when he got home, snapped on the spot and came straight here ready to fight old Zhang. The whole area erupts into chaos. I move without thinking. I lunge forward and yank old Zhang sideways. The blade passes within a hair of him. Thank you, kid, seriously. If you hadn't grabbed me just now, I don't know how this would have ended. Old Zhang's face has gone white. He steadies himself and keeps thanking me. I wave it off. We were coming to buy pork anyway. Perfect timing then. I'm about to slaughter this one over here, and that one next to it still needs to be cleaned up. I take a quick look. Right away I can tell, this pig is better than yesterday's. The skin tone, the fat to lean ratio, the density of the meat, everything is better. How is this one even better than yesterday's? The meat looks incredible. Old Zhang, I'll take a whole one. Old Zhang blinks. That much? Can you actually eat all that? My son picked up a craft while he was away. New Year's is coming. We're planning to make braised pork and sell it at the market. Dad adds that in. He's quick with words. Doesn't know anything about any secret recipe, but saying I learned a craft while I was away. That comes out smooth. I don't interrupt. I keep my eyes on the pig. A whole one means I can finally work at real scale. With the braised pork stored in the pocket space, I can finally go all in. Old Zhang is still chatting with us, but back at my stall a small crowd has gathered again. Not much left. Just the small cuts. What is that smell? Braised pork. Pretty amazing, right? Smells incredible. Let me try a piece first. I want one too. How much? 28 per half kilo, and this is the last of it. Can you do 25? I glance at what's left on the board. Almost nothing. And these people clearly came back just from the smell. Alright, deal. I bring the knife down and weigh out the last few pieces. Every last bit sold. That pot of braised pork. Completely gone. The moment it's done, something releases in me. Today was absolutely worth it. Not just the sales, I even got repeat customers. And that braised pork recipe scroll, it's officially proven itself. Listen, Uncle Zhang, what I did back there was just a reflex. Don't think too much of it. We'll be back often. Don't talk like that. That reflex of yours just saved me from a blade. What comes later is later. But if I charged you full price today after that, what kind of person would I be? Thank you, Uncle Zhang. That whole pig is over 240 kilograms. Price came down quite a bit. A quick rough count. Once I turn it all into braised pork, I'm looking at least 2,500 yuan in profit. Me, a chef who lost his job halfway home, hauling a van full of kitchen gear and groceries back to the village. And somewhere on that road, the pocket space just appeared. It holds things. Ingredients go in, junk gets sorted out, and more importantly, it came with ready-to-use recipes already inside. To track down every last ingredient for the braised pork, Dad and I spent another full day at the market, selling goods until the stall was nearly cleared. Every yuan earned one at a time. Watching the wallet slowly fill up, it settles something in me. So I suggest taking everyone into town. Mom, Let's go to the county seat this afternoon. Sure, what for? He wants to get some new clothes for you and Fern. Look at what he's wearing himself. The thing you patched up barely holds together. We'd be embarrassed going out. Fair enough, Fern and I could use something new too. Mom, you don't need to spend anything. I've got it covered. But the money for the pig, that's real money. Didn't we just bring home a whole pig today? Dad, Mom, spend it, don't worry. The whole reason I'm working this hard is so you can live better. Otherwise, what's the point of all this? Bye, I'll work hard too, I promise. Eat first, then we all go. This trip to the county seat, it's mainly about getting everyone some clothes. Small towns have their perks. Things don't cost too much. There are pricier items, sure, some pieces run over 1,000 yuan, but most things land between 1 and 200. Mom, here's some money for you. Such a good son. You're so lucky, a son this thoughtful. Ha ha ha. Honestly, I hadn't planned to buy anything for myself. What I'm wearing is still wearable. It'll hold. But Mom has other ideas. Back home, my family never had much, and finding me a good match has been on her mind for years. She wants to get her son dressed properly so that when New Year's comes and people make their rounds, maybe someone will take notice. Pick something decent for yourself too. Something good. Mom, seriously, I'll just grab whatever's on sale. In the end, I pick a discounted down jacket. 188 yuan, thick fabric, warm to wear. Fern picks a red padded set, top and bottom, styled like a tracksuit. Practical, easy to move in, keeps the cold out. Affordable too. Just over 100. I'd wanted to get her something nicer, but Fern absolutely refuses. Bae, look at me. Even 100 yuan outfit looks like a brand name on me. Why waste the money? When you're rich someday, then get me something fancy. After shopping, Dad suddenly slaps his forehead, like something just came back to him. He mentions there's a poultry processing plant in town, where chicken carcasses go for really cheap. Let's swing by on the way. Good idea. Once we get there, I learn that carcasses come in different sizes. The smaller ones are 250 per half kilogram. Cheap, but one look and I'm not interested. Too small. Not enough meat left on them. Not worth the trouble. Look at the 4 yuan ones over there. Better size, and the meat on them is decent. 4 yuan per half kilogram, 56 per box. Buy more and the price drops. How many would you take? 100 boxes. That lands and I just go quiet. 100 boxes. That's over 1,000 kilograms. Forget my pot, even a much bigger one couldn't handle that. Let me start with 10 boxes. Try it out first. Sounds good. Out of the plant, we take another pass through the market. Spend a few hundred more on a large double-walled soup pot. It has some insulation built in. Big capacity. This will make the braised pork operation a lot smoother. Between everything we bought, most of my cash is gone. Phone shows just 1,000 yuan left. But I'm not worried. The braised pork recipe in the pocket space has been tested. The flavor is solid. Keep selling, and it'll all come back. By the time we head home, it's already dark. New Year's is close. Winter days are short, past 5, and it's pitch black out. I'll come help too. Mom, go scrub out the big pot. The reason we got this new soup pot is pure capacity. The old steel one can barely handle a few dozen kilograms of meat. After today's cook, I looked inside and there was barely a thin layer of broth left. Tomorrow, let's tear down the south side stove and rebuild it. Set this new pot right into it. Yes. Then I won't need to heat the broth on the floor anymore. Right, saves on electricity too. What do you want for dinner? Mom, don't we still have that thick porridge? Let's heat that up. And the vegetables we bought today, just throw together a couple of quick dishes. Works for me. The next morning at the stall, I bring Fern along. Dad stays back to sort out the stove. I take Fern and I call up an old friend too. Fern, we're going to sell braised pork. Stone is built solid. When he graduated high school, he was already 6 feet tall. Now he looks even bigger. Bye. Good to see you. There are 2 markets running today, and we picked the busier one. I've been to this one a few times. Know it well. Stone had no idea I'd started making braised pork, but after years working in sales, he's a smooth talker, and within minutes he's calling out right alongside me. Fresh braised pork. Great price and incredible smell. Come take a bite. Don't walk past. One taste and you'll want more. This braised pork smells amazing. It really does. The flavor's legit. A small crowd gathers, just about to try some, when someone pushes through from the side. Finally found you. The way he charges in freezes everyone around him. Some think he's there to start trouble. Others start wondering if there's something wrong with my braised pork, like someone came to call it out. And then there's the more dramatic ones, who just drop the piece of meat they're holding, like they're scared of getting sick. Who are you? What do you want? No, you've got it wrong. I'm here to buy braised pork. I bought a portion from you yesterday at Liu Family Market, you remember? Oh, it's you, I do remember. I thought you came to flip my stall. No, just buying more. The crowd relaxes. Not here to cause trouble. The people still holding their sample pieces finally bring them to their mouths, and the moment it hits, their eyes light up. This braised pork is insane, right? The fat isn't even greasy. I bought some yesterday. My mom and my wife both loved it, and my twins, usually my wife and mom have to chase them around just to get them to eat. Yesterday, they went at it hard on their own, ate like they meant it. They used to refuse fatty meat completely. Yesterday they were picking out the fat on purpose. Ha! That's an easy answer. How much do you want? We just got a fresh batch. All good meat today. Pack me a good amount. Give me 20 portions of braised pork. Some for home, some for my father-in-law. We also have braised pork knuckle, braised pig's feet, braised spare ribs. Good amount of meat on the ribs too. Alright, give me 10 portions of pork belly, 10 portions of braised spare ribs, split into 2 bags, and 2 pig's feet. My wife lives for those. On it. Packing now. Nobody's fighting over it today. Nothing is pushing me here. But I know, repeat customers are the real gold. Once word gets out, money stops being a problem. Those recipe scrolls from the pocket space are no joke. We're slammed straight through until past noon. The crowd at the stall finally thins out. The big pot in front of me is nearly scraped clean, just a few small offcuts left. Morning business was really something today. You're telling me your braised pork is legitimately good. Bye, we made a lot today. Over 3,700 yuan in one morning. I paid 2,500 for the pork. That's almost 1,200 in pure profit. And that's just the morning. Come eat at mine. Someone had tried my rice bowl just once and was willing to pay top money to have me work for them. The stall doesn't need babysitting. Every call is mine to make. They even said they'd arrange a dedicated helper for me. The moment I heard a few hours of work meant 5,000 yuan, I agreed on the spot without thinking. Back home, I go straight into the pocket space. I'm doing a banquet tomorrow, so I need to look through and see what might be useful. Been so caught up in the braised pork these past few days that I nearly forgot this place. The practice area is still there. Cutting boards stacked up, carving tools scattered around, and those technique manuals I'd seen before. I stand there and slowly take it all in. Dicing, slicing, plating, knife work, everything I've already practiced is still here. But beyond that, something more, blocked by a kind of haze I can't see through. Deep in the pocket space stands that same old tree. Branches dried out, leaves yellowed. Dull and gray, I stare at it, and something in me aches, like watching someone seriously ill, clearly near the end but still refusing to fall. And yet, looking closer, there's a faint, steady pulse coming back to it. Just a glimmer. But it's alive. I look at the tree and say quietly, "Don't worry, once I build up the money I'll work through everything in here one by one." The words barely land before the scene shifts, like something yanks me by the arm. Next second I'm somewhere else entirely. All around me, cutting boards, carving knives, white radishes, and all kinds of food carving materials. A training area for food sculpture. Perfect timing. Tomorrow's banquet, the flavor matters sure, but if the presentation is also on point, that's when it's truly impressive. I barely have time to take it all in when a sharp voice cuts through up ahead. "Everyone listen up. If you don't learn it, nobody leaves. So it really is a class. And you can't leave until you get it right. Since I'm here, I'm not going to waste it." I settle in and start learning. At first my hands are stiff and clumsy. The blade goes in too deep, or the angle is off. Whatever I carve comes out wrong. Flowers that don't look like flowers. Leaves that don't look like leaves. The instructor walks over, glances down at the mess in my hands and says, "Your hands are clumsier than your feet." My face goes hot. He's not wrong. I can't even carve a radish flower. I grit my teeth and keep going. One try, two tries, still not right, so I keep going 10 times. One ruined piece after another. My fingers go numb before the movements finally start to flow. Then a rooster crows and I snap awake. It's already daylight outside. I look down at my hands. Was last night a dream, or did I really spend it practicing inside the pocket space all night? Every movement feels too familiar to be a dream. Right now I want nothing more than a radish to practice on. Try the blade right now, but today is packed. There's no time. I need to get to market day, sell the braised pork, then head to the client's place. The market doesn't open until evening, but there's plenty to handle before then, and I still haven't decided what to cook. People around here are picky eaters who know good food. On top of that, my braised pork is genuinely good. In just a few days, regulars have already started coming back. Word spreads fast. My stall has built up a real reputation, so when I set up today, I feel confident. As long as the quality holds, the customers will keep coming, and that's exactly what happens. The stall is barely set up before familiar faces start showing up one after another. Some came 2 days ago, some heard about it from family. I slice and greet at the same time. 2 hours in, 7 or 8 regulars have already shown up. At this rate, today's going to be a great day. Then, right in the middle of the rush, someone shouts at the top of their lungs from across the way, "Don't buy his braised pork. That meat is dirty. He's using pork from dead pigs." Everyone around snaps their head up, looking around for who said it. Stone and I frown at the same time. Who's running his mouth? We've both been away working for years. This kid looks several years younger than us. 3 years ago, he'd have been even smaller, no matter how hard I think. I can't remember ever crossing a punk like him. And a dissatisfied customer? Even less likely. I know exactly what goes into my food. Every cut is fresh, quality pork. I use recipe scrolls pulled straight from the pocket space. The meat is solid, the flavor is spotless. I'm careful with every single ingredient. Nothing sketchy goes in. Stone can't hold back. He fires back first. "What are you talking about? How do you make braised pork at your house? Throw a live pig straight in the pot." The kid chokes. His face falls. He quickly backtracks. No, I said it wrong. I mean, he uses sick pig meat. Cheap garbage he buys for next to nothing. How else could he sell it so cheap? The moment those words land, someone nearby jumps in. "Really? I've bought sick pig meat before. Actually smelled pretty good. Didn't get sick from it either." Village folks are honest, but they're not stupid. You think you can just throw out an accusation like that and get away with it? I set my knife on the cutting board and raise my voice. "Everyone, since someone's claiming my meat has a problem, I'll prove it right here, in front of all of you." Someone calls out right away, "How are you going to prove it?" I'm not rattled at all. This isn't hard. Cut it open, show everyone what to look for, explain how to spot sick pig meat. That's all it takes. I'll cut it open right now, and I'll teach everyone how to tell good pork from bad. Don't let my age fool you. I've been a cook for years. Let me show you exactly what to look for. I pick up a piece of braised pork and slice it open right there. One clean cut, and the cross-section is fully exposed. I hold it up for everyone to see. First, look at the skin. On a pig that died from disease, you'll usually find large irregular spots, bleeding points, sometimes whole patches of dark red. Now look at mine. The outside is dark from the braise, sure, but underneath, the skin is completely clean. If something were wrong, No amount of color could hide it. Someone in the crowd pushes back immediately. What if the bad skin was just trimmed off? I reach forward and hand over the piece. My braised pork is always 5-layer pork belly. No skin, and you can't even call it braised pork. Without that layer, the flavor's completely off. Someone nearby laughs and chimes in. That's true. Braised pork has to be 5-layer. All lean meat and the texture is nowhere near right. I keep going. If anyone's still unsure, try it for yourself. A previous customer steps forward right away. I've had his pork before. It's incredible. Isn't that proof enough? Someone else nearby mutters a curse. People these days are something else, running their mouths with no shame. Others are already reaching for their wallets. Exactly. We've all had his pork before. Give me 2 pounds. I'll take some too. That stunt backfired completely. Now there's a solid crowd around my stall. People who were on the fence actually feel more confident after hearing me out. My regulars especially. They had their doubts, but now every last worry is gone. They buy faster than the new customers. I keep selling the braised pork while pushing out the fresh chicken carcasses too. I've got a banquet job this afternoon and didn't bring much stock to begin with. That scene earlier only pulled in more people. Before 10 in the morning, almost everything is gone. The last few pieces vanish just as fast. I wipe my hands and turn to Stone. You drive well. Feel like dropping me off? Or do you want to come along? Stone waves it off. Don't worry about it. Go do your thing. I'll drive both ways. Get some rest on the way. I laugh. Thanks, man, but it's really fine. It's only about an hour's drive. Stone nods. All right, I'll help Dad out this afternoon. Not like I have anything better to do at home. I glance at what's sold today, and a warm feeling settles over me. Especially those chicken carcasses. They move faster than I expected. Honestly, I never thought chicken carcasses would sell like that. Stone grins beside me. Ha! Told you. Those things flew off the table. Out of nowhere, I've got the pocket space, stocked with ingredients, loaded with recipe scrolls, and a place to practice over and over. These past few days I've been pushing hard, selling braised meats, hustling at market, calling out to customers, all for one reason: turn everything in the pocket space into cash. And it worked. Over 200 pounds of braised goods, gone in under half a day. Come on, let's eat. The table is loaded with hearty home-style dishes. There's glass noodle salad with shredded pork, spicy pepper with dried tofu, pork aspic with minced meat pressed with minced pork on top, and a plate of crispy pork and sauce, especially the glass noodle salad and the crispy pork, loaded with meat. Grab with chopsticks and the vegetables almost disappear. We still have a good amount of rear-cut pork left, 50 or 60 pounds all told. Add in the gift money, and there's still more. Dad and I have both been running ourselves ragged lately, so I don't hold back on the meat when cooking. Look at all this food. Stone, it's been a whole year since you've been here. Least we can do is put out a real spread. Mom, make golden crispy pork tomorrow. Sure thing. Stone, you free tomorrow? Come eat. I couldn't impose. Impose? If you really feel bad, come help buy at the stall tomorrow. Full meals included, and we'll even pay you. Keep the money, feed me, and we're square. Truth is, if it weren't almost New Year, Stone would rather not go home at all. His family is a mess every single day. His 2 sisters-in-law can't stand each other. His 2 brothers start arguing after 2 sentences. Their parents are stuck in the middle, too scared to say much. But here, at my place, the whole family is oddly united. They all worry he'll eat too much and take advantage. He's generous, not clueless. A meal like this at our place, he hasn't had one in years. Even during New Year's back home, he never gets to eat his fill. None of that. Plan things out, you two figure it out. Bye. I'll start soaking the chicken carcasses. Got it, Mom. As soon as we're done eating, I'll start on the braised pork. Dad has already cleared out the side kitchen during the day. The big stock pot we bought yesterday fits perfectly on the stove. Bring it to a boil, then drop to low heat, check on it every so often. I leave the 2 pots of braised pork with Mom and Dad, and head out with Stone and Fern. We go straight to the Nanzhuang market area. Nanzhuang sits at the foot of a mountain. People from nearby villages often go up to gather dry branches for firewood. We pull over and park, then follow the slope up. Fern and I both wore old clothes on purpose, don't want the branches snagging anything nice. Before coming, I looked up what Muxiang herb looks like. It grows in a lot of places, more so in the south, but around here not many people know it, and with it being winter, all the leaves are gone, which makes it even harder to spot. We search for a while and come up empty. Then Stone spots a patch of freshly uprooted shrubs and waves me over. Hey, this is it, right? Honestly, just order it online next time. All that trouble for barely anything. I think the same thing. If I'd come back a few days earlier, I could have gathered pine cones too. If I'd known things would end up like this, I would have come back 2 months ago. Could have saved up tens of thousands more. Man, stop overthinking it. After New Year, come check out where I work. In the past, I'd have said yes without thinking. But things are different now. I have the pocket space. Those recipe scrolls inside, everything I've practiced and built up, none of it has been fully put to use yet. I'd rather stay home than go work for someone else. I want to see this path through first. What I have is enough to work with for now. I've barely started the car when my phone rings. Hello? Ha! Bye, how've you been? My phone died. I'm calling from my dad's phone. Joe, that's why I didn't recognize the number. Good to hear from you. What's up? Actually, I've got a favor to ask. He explains everything over the phone. Turns out the boss I shared a meal with wants me to come cook a banquet for him. The job isn't complicated, and the place is only about 50 miles away. Just over an hour's drive, nothing unreasonable. 15 tables, 5,000 yuan, bring nothing, just name the dishes, they'll handle all the ingredients. It's a solid deal. 1 banquet, 1 day at most, 2 days if I go early. 5,000 yuan is serious money, but something nags at me. I know my own skill level. I'm not exactly top tier, but 3 dishes and they're already this set on hiring me? Did those dishes just happen to hit the right note? Come by tomorrow morning. The celebration is in the evening. Stay 1 night and head back the next day. Alright, I'll be there tomorrow morning. I hang up and sit in the car for a moment, phone in hand. The job looks smooth, but the smoother it looks, the more careful I need to be. Until I'm actually there, anything could come up. But 5,000 yuan is sitting right there. I can't pretend I don't see it. By the time I get home, the whole yard is thick with aroma. This smells absolutely insane, right? The braised chicken carcasses have taken over the whole yard. Come on, Stone, have some soup. There's still a good half-pound of meat on these after braising. Here, let me grab one for you. What do you think? This is really good. You tied them before cooking, right? The flavor went all the way through. Good chew on the bones, too. You little rascal, those cooking lessons weren't wasted. There's also kelp and potatoes at the bottom. Kelp's a little overdone, but the potatoes are great. Still got a bit of bite. Tomorrow I'll pick up some cabbage stalks and throw them in with the braise. I set my chopsticks down and look around at everyone. Dad, Mom, I have to go out tomorrow. I'll be back in about 2 days. What for? Someone I know needs help with a banquet. 15 tables, 5,000 yuan. I'll head over tomorrow afternoon, cook in the evening, and come back the next day. If things go smoothly, I might even be back the same night. Won't miss a day of selling, and even if I do, we've made good money these past few days. We're just worried if you're not back for New Year's Eve. Is there a place to stay? Yes. They're arranging it. If the banquet runs late, it won't wrap up until 10 or 11. The roads around here are narrow. Some stretches have no lights at all. Driving at night isn't safe. Then just stay over. It's only an hour's drive. You can head back early the next morning. I'll leave around 6, home by 7 or 8. Alright, leave the medicine pack here. I'll pick it up from old Zhang on the 8th. Go without worry. Mom and I have everything covered. For New Year's, let's deep fry the chicken carcasses. Fry them until the bones go crispy. That's where the real flavor is. Right now they're great, but there's more bone than meat. If we fry them all the way through, they'll be incredible. After dinner, I drive Stone home. He's a little drunk. Mom had already packed him a few braised chicken carcasses. I was going to cut some braised pork too, but he flat out refused. Said even if he took it home, his parents might not even get any. Every family has its own weight to carry. On the drive back, my mind stays on tomorrow's banquet. 5,000 yuan is hard to ignore, but whether it'll actually go smoothly once I'm there, that's still anyone's guess. Back in my room, I step into the pocket space and look around. The marks from practicing, knife work and cooking are still there. These past few days I've been running non-stop, but I haven't let it go to waste. Any free moment, I'm in here studying recipe scrolls, putting in reps. When it comes down to it, the only reason I said yes to this job is because of this place. Without it, barely back in the village for a few days, someone asked me to cook 15 tables, and I'd have never agreed so quickly. I run through the numbers again in my head. Since coming back, selling braised pork, selling chicken carcasses, hitting markets, buying pigs, all the back and forth, the money has been snowballing. And it's only been a few days. Back in the day, Mom and Dad could farm for months and still not match this kind of income. Bottom line, money follows skill. The recipe scrolls from the pocket space are the real deal. The skills I've built up are real too. They show up when I need them. As long as nothing goes wrong from here, I can keep walking this path. Out of nowhere, I've got this place I can carry with me everywhere. Stocked with ingredients and recipe scrolls, and a space to practice as many times as I need. These past few days I've been hitting markets, calling out to customers until my voice is raw, all for one reason: turn everything in the pocket space into cash. And it worked. Over 200 pounds of braised pork, gone in half a day. And because it sold so fast, someone got jealous. Right in front of a crowd, they accused me of selling diseased pork. The moment those words hit the air, everyone at my stall froze. Lucky for me, I spent years working in restaurant kitchens before this. I've seen more meat than most. I sliced open the braised pork right then and there, showed everyone the skin, the color, the signs to look for. My previous customers stepped up to vouch for me. By the time the dust settled, the stall wasn't ruined. The last of the pork got snatched up instead. By the time I was free to go looking for the one who started the rumor, the person was long gone. I don't bother chasing. There's serious business this afternoon waiting for me. The real battle. I grab my medicine kit and pack it up. Keep it on me at all times. Right now, my sharpest skill is braised meat. Going to a celebration banquet. It might come in useful. I pull up the location Joe sent and drive straight to Lee Village. The road isn't bad, but even though it's all countryside around here, the difference is striking. My village is poor. Potholes everywhere. This place has money. Smooth, well-paved roads. The drive feels easy. Lee Village has always been the wealthiest in the area. I haven't even reached the gate when I hear the arguing inside. Gang, this is Dad's celebration. It's a big deal. You said you didn't need us and now your person still hasn't shown up. What is going on? Seriously, gang, you owe us an explanation. For Dad's birthday, all we needed was a family dinner. You're the ones who wanted to invite everyone. I've already got a cook lined up. Just wait. They'll be here this afternoon. You were supposed to bring someone from the city. How can this person compare? Famous chef, regular chef? Doesn't mean the food is actually good. I think someone who knows village banquets is a better fit. Someone who knows what people around here actually like to eat, not someone putting on a fancy show that looks great but tastes like nothing. And besides, that kind of chef doesn't come cheap. And the ingredients get billed separately on top. It's not about the money. What matters is making sure Dad and the relatives actually enjoy the meal. Village folks aren't used to fancy restaurant food. Both of you, stop. My person won't disappoint. How do you know? You'll see when they get here. This is for Dad. He hasn't had much of an appetite lately. Once this person arrives, I guarantee Dad will eat. I made good time on the way here. Not even 12:30 yet. Someone in the yard hears the car and heads out. That must be my guy. I'll get the gate. I've barely stepped out of the car when someone nearby sizes me up and speaks. Who's this? Don't tell me this is the cook gang hired. Gang, this is your guy? You've got to be kidding. This kid? Who even knows if he can cook? I don't bother responding. I look straight at the man coming toward me. Bye. First time meeting you. You must be Joe's boss. My hands aren't clean. Skip the handshake. Can I see the kitchen and the ingredients first? He hears that and laughs. Handshake can wait. I like this. Straight to the point, no small talk. Show by to the kitchen. The escort takes me straight to the back. Hey, take a look. We had this stove built yesterday just for this. Check if it works for you. If anything's off or you need something added, there's still time to fix it. I walk a full circle around the stove. It's well built. Clearly someone put thought into it. The stove is fine, just a few small things I'd like adjusted to match how I work. Makes things smoother. Sure, I'll get someone on it right away. We've got some locals coming to help too. I'll go round them up now. What's on the menu? Is there a list? Honestly, I'm not sure. Why don't we go back inside and ask? I think for a moment, then call after him. Hold on, let me cook one dish first. Bring it in with us. I've never handled a job this big on my own before, but I know how this works. I'm young. Of course they don't trust me. No amount of talking will fix that. One dish will. If they like it, we move forward. If not, we part ways early. No time wasted for either side. I pick something easy from the available ingredients and put together a dish. Walk into the room. Every pair of eyes is on me. I don't say a word. Just set the plate on the table. Try it. They pick up chopsticks. In no time, the one who is most skeptical shifts his tone. Well, not bad at all. He's got it. Set the menu around this. We need eggs braised with pork, stewed pork with cabbage, spicy pepper with dried tofu, and steamed fish. Those are non-negotiable. I nod. Don't worry. 5,000 yuan. I'll give it everything I've got. Out of that room, I don't stop moving. I'm spinning like a top. The banquet starts at 8 tonight. It's already past 1. Not much time to spare. A few kitchen helpers have arrived in the back. They'll be needed for prepping ingredients, boiling water. Nothing runs without hands. The Lai family has come through. Meat, vegetables, spices, all there. I go through everything from top to bottom, locking in at least half the menu in my head. At the same time, I work and talk with the helpers, casually feeling out the Li family's tastes. What does the old man like? What flavors do the guests lean toward? Which dishes should be bold? Which one's lighter? I need all of this before I can really start. Once I have a clear picture, I get to work. The women helping out stand nearby and watch, talking the whole time. You notice anything? This young chef, I think he actually has something. What? I wasn't paying attention? Same, I'm curious. What was the Li family thinking, hiring someone this young? Can the food even be good? Probably trying to save money. Not necessarily. If the Li family needed to save, they wouldn't be putting on a spread this big. And those 3 sons, each one more successful than the last. You think they can't afford a proper chef? Right. Someone that young getting hired by this family must be something special. No way he's here for nothing. Actually, what were you trying to say earlier? I'm saying, did you see his knife work? I just brought in a whole basin of potatoes, and in that same amount of time, they were already julienned and back out. Long, thin strips, all the same width, like he used a ruler. That knife work is something else. I hear every word. I don't turn around, I just keep cutting. All those days in the pocket space. I don't even know how many times I practiced. Julienning, slicing, drilling the same moves over and over. Do it enough and the hands just know. Strip after strip of potato falls, all nearly the same thickness. The onlookers get more animated. The chatter gets louder. Now this is getting interesting. What's interesting? You don't think something's strange? There's only a handful of us here helping with this banquet. Back in the day, every family celebration had a whole crew. People for washing and trimming vegetables, people for chopping and prepping. Right? Either the family finds a skilled local to help, or the village cook brings their own apprentices. But this young chef came alone. How is he going to manage? That's exactly what I'm talking about. What's funny about it? If the banquet goes well, the family's red envelopes get fatter too. Besides, the Li family has always been generous. The eldest practically lifted the whole township. The second one's factory has had workers from every village around. You know it. But that's not what I'm getting at. The thing is, the Li family had actually already hired someone. But you know Chef Feng from the next village? Of course, well known, but not in a good way. Everyone knows his cooking is decent enough, but his hands aren't clean. 20 tables worth of food in his hands and he'll cook you 15. Not great. I heard this from family. Keep it between us. Apparently Chef Feng showed up uninvited and offered to handle the Li family celebration. He got turned down flat. Naturally. The Li family knows people. They're not going to use him. If they'd hired a real well-known chef, Feng would have accepted it. But somehow word got out that they hired some young outsider instead, and he lost it. Right then and there, he announced he was going to make things difficult for this kid. Said that anyone in the surrounding villages who dared come help prep his dishes, from that point on, this kid would never work around here again. On my end, I'd just taken the job and barely settled in as head cook when I arrived and found myself blocked by the local kitchen bully. He wouldn't sell fresh supplies. Fine, but he also scared off every helper who had agreed to come. In the end, I'm the only one in that kitchen who can actually cook. Lucky for me, I've been putting in serious knife work inside the pocket space. Julienning, slicing. In a pinch, I can cover half a prep cook's job on my own. Without that, tonight's banquet would have been in real trouble. The banquet is set for 8. That means everything needs to be done by 6. Good thing I put in a long session in the pocket space last night. Today went noticeably smoother from the start. Hi there. Not bad knife work, right? I already prepped some of this in advance. Saves a lot of time. Good. Keep at it. Gang went back inside and called his eldest brother over. The two of them went over everything they'd seen. This guy has a death wish. Give it a couple days. I'll find out just how tough he really thinks he is. What do we do for now? Should we try to find more people to help? Gang, relax. That young chef you hired actually has some real skill. What do you mean? I just went to check. That kid is steady with the knife. Fast, clean cuts. Everything comes out even. Even without a dedicated prep cook, I don't think he'll fall apart. That said, we still need a few extra hands. The people handling service, let's call them in early to help out. That works? let's do that. If it had been the chef I originally reached out to, today could have gone really badly with Feng's interference. That chef told me up front. His apprentices had all gone home for the holiday and he couldn't manage alone. Young people can take a hit. You're way too serious sometimes. Bye. I'm really sorry. The people who said they'd come, they're all backing out now. What happened? Someone probably scared them off. But don't worry, Director Lee and I have already made arrangements. More people are on their way. Alright, thank you. You've cooked at home before, right? This isn't hard. Just layer these slices of meat nice and neat. The meat is the easy part. I've already marinated everything. Grind the glutinous rice and regular rice into powder. Rinse it first and let it drain. Don't crush it too fine. Layer it with the meat in the bowls and steam until fully cooked through. When it's done, flip it onto the plate. Looks great. Tastes solid. The time-consuming part right now is loading the meat into the bowls. I've already mapped out the full menu in my head. The cold dishes up front aren't complicated. The julienne potatoes I prepped earlier will go into a cold salad. Beyond the cold dishes, we need a few centerpiece meat dishes. The kind that's all meat, no filler. I've already gotten those ready. On top of the steamed pork with rice flour and steamed meatballs the aunties are loading into bowls, there are also 8 tiger skin pork knuckles, plus the braised pork I made. That gives us 4 solid meat centerpieces. 4 heavy mains, 4 cold dishes. That's 8 to start. Add 8 more. 4 stir-fries and 4 stews, and 16 dishes is about right. Finish with 1 soup and 1 sweet dish. 18 total. Sounds clean. Good number for a celebration. 4 large meatballs per table. 16 tables means 64. Right before frying the large meatballs, I drop a small test batch first, about the size of plain veggie balls. 1. Check the seasoning and texture of the meat filling. 2. Test the oil temperature. These small ones cook fast. In no time, the outside is crispy and the inside is tender. Just about 10 pieces. Purely for testing. That's just how it works in the kitchen. No cook skips tasting. It's cold outside, and the meatballs stop steaming quickly after coming out. But that's just the surface. Bite in, and the inside is still piping hot. Small as they are, the flavor is right on. Crispy outside, juicy inside. Joe, come taste. Tasting alone never tells the whole story. Sure, coming. Watch out. Still hot. It's fine now, what do you think? Seriously good. My skills come from years in small restaurants, but honestly, small places are the best training ground. You have to do everything, yourself. One dish comes out wrong and the customer will bang the table and yell. So even though I learned the most basic home-style cooking, the flavor has always been solid. And a lot of times, home-style food just hits better than what you make at home. The 16 large meatballs slowly rise to the surface of the oil. The shape has set. I check the heat and pull them out right away. They're not fully seasoned yet, but that's fine. This fry isn't for cooking them through. They'll finish in the steamer. That's where the real flavor comes out. Hey, why'd you throw the pork knuckles in cold water? Joe, I did that on purpose. Why? You've got a perfectly good pork knuckle and you're dunking it in cold water. Won't that ruin the skin? It won't. Trust me. You'll understand when you eat it. This technique actually came to me on the spot. The thing is, I'm the only one running this whole kitchen today. If the dishes don't stand apart from each other, it's easy for the flavors to blur together. The braised belly and the meatballs are both steamed. The braised pork knuckle and the braised pork are too similar in method, so I've been working to give each dish its own identity. While handling everything else, I kept asking myself, how do I make this pork knuckle different? I kept thinking until something clicked. Down south, there's a dish called tiger skin chicken feet. The technique: fry the chicken feet until the skin blisters, then plunge them into ice water fast. The skin wrinkles up. Then you braise them. After that treatment, the skin doesn't just look more textured and full, it absorbs the braise far better. I thought, why not try that with the pork knuckles? So now we've got braised pork, water chestnut meatballs, steamed pork with rice flour, and tiger skin pork knuckles, each one different in taste and look. You've got tricks up your sleeve. I've never seen this technique before. I bet it's going to be great. Ha, Joe, you have too much faith in me. Honestly, this is my first time trying this too. What does that smell? How is it this good? 2 large pots are going, both braising. One already has whole cuts of pork belly in. That's the braised pork cooking. The other is still building. The base broth for the tiger skin pork knuckles later. Joe, taste the broth. What's all this? Director Lee, perfect timing. We're tasting right now. Have some and tell us if anything needs adjusting. BA stays cool under pressure. Not a hint of nerves, voice steady, not even a stumble. Good, keep it up. Then let's get back to it. As the sky slowly darkens, all the prep is finally done. Bye. Most of the guests have arrived. Time to start cooking. Got it. Firing up now. I keep the aunties moving on the big centerpiece dishes while I start the live cooking. The dishes need to go out in sequence. That's what makes a banquet feel right. It gives the meal pace and depth. Bring out 4 heavy meat dishes right from the start and guests will be full before they're halfway through. I grab the ladle and start with the stir fries. These large woks can't handle 15 tables in one go, so I split the batches. 2, sometimes 3 rounds depending on the dish. First, 2 stir fries go out, then steamed pork with rice flour, a tiger skin pork knuckle, followed by a crowd-pleasing stew, pork and glass noodle stew, or chicken and mushroom stew. I've already given all the stews plenty of time on the heat in advance. As long as the temperature comes back up, everything will be just right.